Hello, friends. I know this is kind of a weird look for the place, but I don't know if you may recognize this from a lot of my old videos. This is the old jam room. Notice the brick wall? I'm in my jam room because I figured I'd bring you a little music side of me. Well, I'm not going to play any music for you. Pretty much I wanted to give you some input for you guitar players out there or anything. I got this 7-string last year, about this time last year actually. Thanks to Time Hop, I know these things. I got this 7-string last year from my local pawn shop. Got a pretty good deal on it. And I've always wanted a 7-string. And so I was like, heck yeah. And when I got this, I mean, it was dirty, had old strings on it, pawn shop guitar. Had to replace the input, the new 3-way switch, and I painted the green, the lime green accents all over it up here at the top. And then some of the plates on the back. But other than that, it's a pretty nice guitar. Today, I'm actually going back to the pawn shop because I'm going to trade this in for something new. And I'll tell you why. One of the things about this one, this is a Dean. It's just a Dean, and this is not a fancy model by any means. This is like a $150 model right here. So it's nothing fancy, but I don't like the weight distribution of this style. When you're wearing your guitar strap, and I got the strap right here, and whenever you, oh crap, almost dropped it. I'm careful with my guitars. But anyways, when you're standing up playing it, it wants to do this, like literally the neck and the head way more than the body. It's at least on where the straps are, right here and right there. I mean, it wants to forward. So when you got your strap on and you're playing, it wants to keep falling forward, so you're pretty much holding the guitar by the neck, and it's wanting to lean forward the whole time. So not only are you playing, but you're also holding the guitar up, and so when you try to slide or do anything, you're constantly like, I'm holding the guitar, this kind of sucks. So that's one of the reasons why I don't quite like this guitar. And then another thing is, which is one of the things why I bought it, I mean why I love this guitar in the first place, is the 7-string. But that's kind of the downfall of it. I actually don't like it. After actually having one, I'm actually not a fan of 7-strings anymore, only because of the width of the neck. Now see, I don't have very long fingers. For a guitar player, I think I have pretty short stubby fingers. I mean, so with the size of this neck, I mean literally, so when you're playing, it just feels weird to me. Like it's not as comfortable to me as a regular 6-string. The size of the neck, I'm not a fan of. So that was one of the things early on, back when I got it. I mean, it only took me a couple weeks to be like, I don't really like playing it. But now here it is a year later, and I'm like, you know what? I might as well just trade this in, get something else, because it's just going to collect dust, because I don't play it that often. Other than that, I mean, it sounds pretty good. I think it's because it's tuned so low, it's not good for really crunchy riffs, because I like playing like metal, and it's just not that great sounding. I probably could have fixed that by putting new pickups in it, but I'm not going to invest money in this guitar, like new pickups and stuff, if I don't even like the guitar. I don't like the way it feels. I don't like the way it's weighted. So that's why I'm just going to go trade in something else. I've already been in the pawn shop, and I already had an idea of what I'm going to get, so I'm going to have to wait and show you guys that. But it's going to be something different. That's my little input on 7-strings and this body style. I'm not a fan of this style anymore. And plus, I can see why there's nicks and stuff on this thing, because it is a very awkward body. So I'm like, it's just not me. I'm not flashy. I don't like having guitars or like, oh man, you must shred like Dimebag with a guitar like that. Not really. I've never been much of a shredder. Ninja Turtle reference. Yeah. Sounds good. I mean, because it has new strings on it too. So this is by far my favorite guitar I've ever owned, and it sounds the best. I can play any guitar. That one. I have another guitar very similar. It's the exact same model as this one, except it's one model up. It has a third pickup. But this one, out of all the guitars I've ever played, I've ever owned, this is by far my favorite. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I got used to it, but it literally sounds better. And I have not done anything to this guitar. This is completely stock. It's just, I just love the way Ibanez's feel. I love the way they play. That's kind of why I got a new guitar, because I was like, I've always played Ibanez, so I'm going to get something different, and that didn't really work out. I've always been an Ibanez guy. I just love the way their necks feel. I love the way their bodies feel. I just love the weight distribution is perfect on this. But I've had this guitar for a long time, and I love this guitar. That's why every single guitar I've ever owned, ever played, I always compare it to this one. All right, such a good guitar. Even though I love this guitar, it's so neglected. It's so dirty, but it's because it sits in a basement. Okay, so I am actually on my way. I'm about to head out after I get done here. I'm gonna go trade this in for something else, and it's been fun playing with it, but it was definitely something I needed to do. So now I know I'm not a fan of 7 strings. The necks are just too big, too many strings. I can only handle 6. So we're going to say goodbye to this guy and say hello to a new member of my family. It's actually raining outside, so it's going to be interesting getting between. I don't want it to get all rained on and dirty. So, all right, well, I'm going to head out, and you will say hello to my little friend after I get back. Peace. What's up, friends? I have returned. So, here's the bag. Are you ready to see it? Are you ready to see it? Here it is. I got a pretty good deal on this. Also, because in the bag that came with the guitar, it actually had 2 guitar cords, 2 sets of strings, and like some tools. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh, that's sweet. It's really nice. Like, I'm pretty surprised for the price I got it at. I know it's a base model. That then again, almost all my guitars are base models, but it doesn't bug me. It's a pretty nice guitar. There's like no scratches on it, no dings, no rust on the pickups, no like dirt buildup around there. I mean, this guitar was pretty well taken care of, so it was pretty much like yeah, I gotta get that one. Oh yeah, and it's pretty. I've never had a white guitar. I've never had a guitar brand new. I mean, this is pretty much brand new. So, put a set of the new strings that came with it. So, man, I'm ready to jam. I haven't even hooked up to an amp yet, so I have no idea what it sounds like. Okay, whatever. I'll use a new one. Drop the pick, so I'll just grab a new one. I only have like 50 of them. Yeah, and I'm a dum-dum. This head kind of got me all messed up. But when I went to string it, I strung it backwards because of the way the head is, where the tuning, I felt dumb. I had all the strings, it goes through the back of the guitar, you push the strings through, they come out and you string it. I had them backwards because of the way it was laying. Oh. Sorry about that. Hopefully this thing's still on. That's still working. I feel like a dum-dum. I knocked my light down. It's still working. Okay, so how did I have this hanging up here? Is everything back to normal? Or is everything... Alright, crisis averted. Crisis averted. Anyways, like I was saying, I had it strung backwards because I had it laying... like... I'm just gonna hit everything. Anyways, I had it laying like this, so it had me confused because I'm used to the strings, whatever. So, yeah. So now I'm gonna hook it up for the first time. It should be somewhat in tune. Nope, it's not in tune at all. Okie dokie, got it all tuned up. Now let's see what it sounds like with some crunch. This is the big test here. Whenever, like guitars, a lot of guitars sound good and clean. The sound is really full. Yeah, so that would sound good. But the real test is how does it sound with distortion? Some metal riff, man. That's what we're gonna find out. like it. Okay, well, I've got to say, I'm pretty. I'm surprised by the sound. I like it a lot. Probably doesn't come across very well over a mic. I mean, I don't know how well you could hear that, but in person, it's different. So yeah, this is the LTD M-10, and like I said, it's the base model. I think you can buy this from LTD brand new for like $200, and a lot of like Guitar Center, Musician's Friend, a lot of them have these for like $100, $99. So it's a very basic starter model, but I've been playing guitar for 15, 20 years. I like it. Feels good. Very budget friendly. I think I need to make some adjustments. I think those pickups are a little too high, but this will be in some upcoming videos, I'm sure, because I still plan on filming and doing some songs, like getting out the old recorder and mixer, recording some songs. I haven't done that in a while. Plus, it looks really cool. That's a good looking guitar. I don't care what anybody says. Alrighty, well, I don't know if you learned anything in this video or not, but that's this, and that's what happened. So see you next time.